Hello, hello.
Hi.
Hello, welcome, Mary.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
So I will
Thank you so
I will
much.
start with introduction because you have an amazing bio. Um,
Thank you.
so Mary is a LinkedIn business coach. She helps coaches amplify their personal brand on LinkedIn and attract sophisticated clients to their coaching programs. As a woman who had been groomed from childhood to graduate from school, find a good job, and I climbed a safe corporate ladder, sharing her story and building a brand on LinkedIn quite early in her career helped her realize that there was more she could be. Over the past 4 years, she has coached business owners across different industries and helped them leverage LinkedIn to build authority, impact more lives, and attract high value clients. Her mission is to help exceptional entrepreneurs increase their brand visibility, book more sales calls, and get their first or next client on LinkedIn. Welcome, Mary.
Thank you. Thank you so much. How are you doing today? How's your day been? What have you been up to?
Yes, I've been great. So before we go further, this is Courage Magazine Global. I'm Edith Wolek. I'm a publisher of Courage Magazine Global, and I invite experts to come to this show and to take part in this amazing movement that has been created to create connection and support for other women who are just starting out, or they are in overwhelm, or they don't know the next step. So we are here to support them and show them that some things are easy, and we as women, we overcomplicate things all the time.
Yeah.
um, and that's why we are here to show them you you get to be supported by the people who know what they're talking about and that they can help you. So I am excited for you to be here to speak to our
Thank you.
audience about this amazing subject. So how did you come to conclusion that that's the platform I want to be in? I want to support others in creating you, getting the knowledge and helping them to be prosperous on LinkedIn.
Okay. I love that question. I love what your platform is all about, and I've really enjoyed being a part of the group. And so thank you for having me. So how did I decide that I want to use LinkedIn? It was a couple of things that happened over time. First of all, I actually joined LinkedIn in 2018. I was searching for a job. That's what led me there. I didn't go there to do the business. I was searching for a job. While I was there, I I found different people, different women who were using the platform to share about their brand, share about their business. And I've always been this person right from when I was a little girl. I didn't grow up in a rich home. I grew up in an average home, and we didn't have a lot. But I always knew that I wanted to be more. I just had that deep feeling within me that I wanted more. I wanted to impact more lives. I wanted to be more. And it was always there, But when I was on LinkedIn, when I was seeing people share their story, share about their businesses, I was seeing women who had left their corporate job. It sparked something in me. It made me realize that, oh, this is something I could do. I could leave my job. I could build a business. I could help people with my expertise. So that's how the whole journey started. And I started sharing my journey on LinkedIn. Because at that time, I was already in the marketing industry. I was a digital marketer. So I started sharing about digital marketing, and that's how it all started. And I had the opportunity of working with a couple of business owners that were using Instagram and Facebook, but they were actually in the B2B space and they were not getting the kind of results they wanted. So when I did help them use LinkedIn, they got good results. And I also got a job not too long after I started using LinkedIn. I got a job as a LinkedIn specialist. And I kept working around LinkedIn, I kept sharing my story. LinkedIn basically changed my life, you know. LinkedIn basically changed my life. So at a point where I felt I was nobody, I felt like I felt like I was nobody. LinkedIn helps me realize that, I was more. As I was sharing my story, I really built my brand really fast on LinkedIn. So seeing how well it did, how much it did for me, I decided that let me just stick with this and help other people as well use the platform, help other coaches use the platform to do amazing things for their business and for their brand as well.
I love it because you felt that like you didn't matter. You felt like you couldn't help. But actually, when you started using the platform and you started showing up, you've attracted the clients to your business, and now that the strategy, you know how it works, you have created amazing program, and now you can support others. That is
so
huge.
True. Yeah, that's true. It is. I think apart from just getting clients, I love the fact that I've been able to put myself out there. Somebody sent me a message recently, and she was saying something like, I've been following your journey. I checked some of your posts. They were so inspiring, and I was just staring at the message for a while, like, this is just ordinary me sharing my story, trying to build my business and help other people build their businesses. And in doing that, I'm inspiring people, just the way there were wonderful women who inspired me to take the plunge. Last year I left a toxic corporate job and a long history of toxic corporate workspaces. There were people who shared their story, who shared their businesses, who were selling online, who were doing these things online that inspired me. So now being a place where I'm inspiring somebody else, it's really, really amazing.
Yeah. So what would you say to somebody who wants to move out of a corporate world and they're not sure whether they should do it, or what would you advise to them?
Well, first of all, I would advise the person to be practical. In my own case, for instance, I I I I was like I said, I was in a toxic corporate job. I didn't leave immediately. I should have left a lot sooner. I didn't leave immediately because I knew that I needed to save up. So I had a goal for how much I needed to save up, and I worked really hard to save and save for the rainy days. Just have like I think the advice I've heard before is that you should at least save 1 year or I think 2 years worth of expenses. So that's what I did. I saved up, and so that's the first thing, the practical. Obviously, if you're in a corporate job, if it's a very toxic one, then you may want to leave a whole lot sooner. But if it's not a toxic job, maybe you just want to do something bigger with your life. You just know that you're not going to be doing the 9 to 5 hustle forever, and you want to leave the corporate space. You could actually have that timeline to actually save up, and after saving up, then you have a plan in your business. In my own case, I was doing my business. I said I got when I was still sharing on LinkedIn. That was where I got my job. after I got the job as a LinkedIn specialist, while I was working with the coach, with the executives, the sales team in the company, I kept sharing on LinkedIn. I kept working on my business behind the thing as a side hustle. So I did that to give me to create that foundation. So I did not just leave my job, and so I already had that foundation. So I guess that's where the practicality comes in. And apart from that as well, you also need to work on your mindset, because sometimes the reason why we stay in some spaces that we don't want to be in is because of our mindset, because of fear. You're scared of the unknown. You maybe don't fully trust in yourself. You don't really believe in yourself. That's where the mindset work comes in. So yeah, that's what I would say to somebody who's thinking of transitioning.
Yeah, perfectly said that. And so what is your why behind your business? What is your why of your business and your purpose?
Mm. I think deep on a much deeper level, on a much deeper level, if you say my why, like why, why am I building my business, right? Why am I doing the things I do? I would say I would approach it from two angles. First of all, my general why of why do I work on my business? Why do I work hard? Why do I show up and all of that? The major reason I show up is because I want to create time freedom for myself. I want to have more control over my life, over my over my destiny, over my life. I want to have more control. And the reason why I need that control is because I value happiness. I value peace of mind. I value my mindsets. I value being happy. I value family. I value friendships. And I want to have that time freedom to be able to nurture those things. Like recently, not even till now, I still struggle with a condition called the Quavins tenosynovitis, and it's a kind of condition that expresses itself in form of a pain on the wrist. So I deal with that, and I love the fact that I'm able to decide sometimes that I don't want to do as much work this week. I don't want to. I want to give more. I want to take a bit more rest on this particular day. Maybe the pain is flaring up. I want to just stay off work completely, and then obviously I have systems and processes in place. So I love the fact that I can actually have that freedom to take care of myself. And I love the fact that I can actually take time out to also work on my mindset, because mindset is something I really, 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 really work on a whole lot. So I love the fact that I can take out time to work on my mindset. I want to have that control over my life. I love money as much as the next person, but what's more important to me is being happy, having that peace of mind, having that control over my life. So I would say that's the major thing that pushes me to do what I do. But in terms of that general, but in terms specifically to my business, my why for my business is I actually do want to help exceptional people. I actually want to help exceptional people show up online and get paid for what they do. Like I grew up around exceptional people. My elder brothers, for instance, I grew up around brothers, even I don't have any sisters. My two other brothers are exceptional engineers, and I grew up watching them getting passed on for opportunities because they did not know people, they were not visible and all of that. So that was actually what inspired me from the very start. I see that there are lots of amazing people. They have amazing programs. They actually do care about people and about making impact and about helping people get transformation. But then they don't get as much recognition that they, as much recognition that they want to, that they need maybe because they are too passionate or something like that. So I want to help people like that to you are exceptional. I want to help you show up, get seen, get recognized, and get paid for what you do because you absolutely deserve it.
That's it. Yeah. So I can sense that you keep on pushing yourself. You're working on your mindset. You're working on your business. You're supporting others, and you want the best for people as much as for yourself. So it takes a lot of courage to do that, to show up, not only for others,
It
but for
does.
yourself, working on yourself, working on your mindset. It's huge.
It
So,
is.
what is courage to you?
I would say courage to me is knowing what you want,
Mm,
knowing what you want, first of all, believing that you can actually get it, having that deep belief, and showing up and taking consistent action. You know what you want, you believe you can get it. Show up and take consistent action. There was one of my feature article that I did in one magazine, and there was asked, what's the one thing you have to say to people? And I said this thing, and it's what I believe to be true, is that you can get anything you want to get. Anything you put your mind to, you can actually achieve as much as you want to, as much as you see. But it's going to take a whole lot of work from you. It's going to require patience and consistency, and you would have to do a lot of work. So you can, as much as you want to achieve, you can achieve. It just depends on how much you are willing to put into working on getting what you want. So that's what courage means to me.
oh my goodness. Fantastic answer. The best ever.
Thank you.
Wonderful. I am aligned. I am 100% believer in that. That's what courage is all about, to keep
Yeah.
following what you want, following your vision.
Yes. Exactly.
So if someone has a vision of let's say creating audience of, let's say, 1,000 in the next couple of weeks, what would you say to them? What are the first steps to creating a bigger audience on LinkedIn?
Okay. Well, I'll say if you want to create,
sorry,
so,
is it easier to be like to have the numbers, or is it just, or give yourself a month and then see how it's going to grow, or what's your strategy?
okay. I think it's good, it's nice it's really good, really practical when you have a goal, when you set a goal for how many followers you want to get on LinkedIn.
Mm-hmm.
It's really practical to set a goal for, say, okay, I want to get 1,000 followers in the next, let's say, 1 month, or in the next 2 months, something like that. So you could set a goal for that. But besides just setting a goal for the number of followers you want to have, I think it depends on the stage of your business. If you're a coach, for instance, if you're a coach, and it means you're not just a content creator. So I believe that the two basic types of content creators on LinkedIn and on any other platform, actually. The first type of content creator, I call them pure content creators. You are just creating content. Maybe one day you want to grow your audience enough to the point where you are able to, maybe take influencer deals. They're a pure content creator. You don't have a business And that's how I started. I was just purely creating content. And secondly, there's the business content creator. So that means you are creating content on LinkedIn, not just because you want to get likes and followers, but because you want to get clients. So if you're the kind of person that is on LinkedIn to build your business, then you don't want to only set a goal around getting followers. Followers are amazing. It's the whole process that will take you to get followers. You will also build visibility and you generate inbound leads for your business. But but besides just setting a goal for followers, you might want to take it a step further and set a goal for that is more relevant to your business. As in, okay, I get these 1,000 followers. How many of these people do I want to convert? How many of these people do I want to get to join my program or to book sales calls? I would say that is a more that would be a more a deeper way of setting goals than just followers. So you want to set a goal that is more relevant to your bottom line, like sales calls, clients, conversations.
Yeah.
So after you do set those goals, like the first thing you need to know is who are even going to be these followers, who are going to be your ideal clients. I think that's the very first thing that you need to know. You need to be really clear on who are your ideal clients. When I started out on LinkedIn, I was connecting with anybody. I was connecting with anybody and just growing my followers, just growing my network. The numbers was very, 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 very pleasing to see. As the thousands added upon the thousands, I was really, really excited. But got to a point where I realized that I was just adding numbers. I was not really adding ideal clients to my network. So you want to be really mindful of adding ideal clients, adding people who are within your target audience to your network. So that's the first step. And then the second step would be, besides the second step would be proactively connecting with people on LinkedIn. On LinkedIn, you get about 200 connections per week. So you can connect with at least 200 people. So be proactive, connect with people. And then thirdly, you also want to share content. So going back to what we talked about earlier about business content creator, you also want to create content. So first of all, know who your ideal clients are. Secondly, connect with them on LinkedIn. Lastly, create content. When you do these three things consistently, you'll definitely grow your attract ideal clients and everything.
Yeah, thank you so much for that. I'm sure people are noting and they get to see the results. They get to be consistent. When you're consistent in anything, you get to grow. That's the only way.
That's true.
That's the only way. We get to create consistency in our lives, whether that's business, whether that's relationship, whether that's health. You get to be consistent to see the results. So if someone is starting up like straight from beginning, like they have 0 followers, they are brand new, starting new business, what would you say if they are being consistent, when do you think they will start seeing the results?
Well, if you're brand new on LinkedIn, let's say at the point you started taking action, you didn't have any followers, you didn't have any connections, it was just a fresh account. I would say give it 60 to 90 days.
Wow. Probably people don't think that. Probably they think 2 years, probably that's what people would say if they don't know the platform.
Yeah, I would say give it 60 to 90 days. The reason why I say that is obviously it's going to take much longer time to get the desired goals you want. If, for instance, you are looking at booking, let's say 5 clients consistently from LinkedIn. It will take you much longer, but in terms of at least getting results, getting traction, because you're just starting out. Obviously, it's a brand new platform. It's going to take some time to get to that, consistency. But from 60 to 90 days, you'll definitely be getting some traction. You'll definitely be getting some traction, either in terms of followers, in terms of new connections, in terms of engagement on your content, in terms of inbound leads. You definitely get traction, particularly if you use the right strategies and you are consistent. That consistency is key.
Yeah. Great news for people who are just starting. We hear this all the time, that we could have started business 30 years ago. We could have started business 5 years ago. But we have presence.
Exactly.
And if you start today, then you're going to grow and create your business. And
you're right.
And you get to keep going. That's the most important thing. So we are coming to close. This has been very, very helpful. And if you can leave us with couple of tips before we end the call. And also we have a gift from you, if you can tell us a little bit about that.
Okay. A couple of tips for LinkedIn. I'll leave the audience with just one, which is very, very important. This is conversations. Conversations lead to conversion. To further express that sales is a contact sport. What this means is that if you're a business owner, you want to use LinkedIn to close clients, to grow your business, to book sales calls. A very important thing you need to do is have conversations on the platform, because conversations lead to conversion. And if you're going to make sales, you need to make contacts with people. So how this can express itself is when you create content, when you share content on LinkedIn, engage with people who comment on your posts. Engage with them right there under the posts. And you can also send them messages as well, either to continue the conversation or just to appreciate them for engaging with your posts. When you connect with a new connection on LinkedIn, send them a message, spark up conversation. Maybe when you go live on LinkedIn, you are also, sparking conversation. So it's important for you to have conversations. I know sometimes it can be hard to, talk with people, to have those conversations online, because especially if you're an introvert like me, it's hard to have conversations even face to face. Not to talk of online, but that's where mindset work comes in. That's where mindset work comes in. So you need to do that mindset work, or you need to actually push yourself to have conversations on LinkedIn. It will change the game entirely for you. So that's the one tip I'll leave. Then as for the gifts, I have a few spots just for this group, just for this platform. I have a few spots for LinkedIn audits. So when you apply and when you get this LinkedIn audits, I will audit your profile, I will audit your content, and I'll share feedback on what you need to change, what you need to update, and also share with you some things that you can tweak, some things you can start doing, so you can start booking more calls with LinkedIn. So that's that's what you get from the LinkedIn audit. So it's something it's normally priced at around it's normally priced at $250, but I'm giving it to a few people just on this platform. So
Thank you for
sign
your
up and
generosity.
that'll be
Thank you.
amazing.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
Thank you for generosity. And, as female entrepreneurs, I think we always want to support other women who are stepping into the new ground of being an entrepreneur. And anybody can get in touch with you and get help with LinkedIn. And about the conversations piece, I think that's really invaluable piece of information, because we often minimize it. It's like, oh, it's not about saying, messaging somebody, oh, how are you today? No, it's not about that. It's about, I am, I am the expert. I can help you with this, this, and this. Don't ask about weather. And, some people do. I get DMs all the time. They ask, oh, how are you today? Like, I don't even know you. So how, that's not a connection, You want to be genuine and connect with people, to give support and help them, instead of just, oh, let's just see how that person is doing today. It doesn't work
Yeah,
for me. It doesn't work for me.
yeah.
It gets to be deeper than that, not just, oh, hello, how are you?
Yeah, you can. I think you can build relationship at first. Personally, I don't appreciate when somebody just connects with me and you're telling me about the things. Besides that, it's important for you to. Sometimes what I do is I just have conversations. I don't talk about myself. I just have conversations, and then maybe later on, I can then go ahead and have a more deeper conversation. But then I try not to stay. I try not to stay too long. There's this you don't want to there are different stages, right? There's a stage where you are having conversations with the person in the DMs, and a stage where you want to move the conversation offline. So you don't want to spend too long having a conversation in the DMs, and it just fizzles out, like you mentioned, it just fizzles out, and you want to actually obviously build relationship, but get to a
You
point
do.
where you do actually have that conversation about, trying to learn more about them and trying to see if you are actually a fit to, help them with what challenge they might be having that is related to your expertise.
Perfectly said. So we get to finish, but thank you so much, Marie, for coming
You're
here and
welcome.
supporting
Thank you
us,
for having me.
supporting our group, Courage Magazine Global. And I'll see you soon, and we'll be connecting soon. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And your gift
You're welcome.
will be added in the comments later on. Thank
Okay.
you so
Okay.
much.